Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 7 Days to Die. We are on day 10. Basically, I don't know if I'll actually post this video or not. Um, all we're going to do today is we're going to gather some resources. I doubt I'll post this, but I'm going to record it anyway, just in case. As you can see, we got our farm growing over here. We do have some things growing. We'll harvest that here in a second. But what we really need to do is we need to bust up some of these rocks. We really got to get some iron, and now that we have a steel pickaxe, we can really tear these boulders up. And it's going to benefit us. It's going to give us iron. It's going to give us some of the other materials that we're going to need down the road. And that's pretty much all we're doing today. We do have quite a bit of wood. We'll still hit some more. We now have the ability to make steel, so that raw iron is going to be very important. We're going to need lots and lots of raw iron. I think we're doing all right now on our clay. Like I said, we're going to chop some trees down. Probably nothing special, just these little ones right here. And mainly we're after these stones. Definitely want to get these stones. Of course, if we run across any bird's nests, things like that, we'll definitely pick them up. As far as skill points, we got 38 available. What I really want is to be able to put another point into this. Can't do it right now, but that's okay. Swinging this steel pickaxe, it really drains our stamina. And I don't want to drink my beer because, one, we don't have our chemistry station yet. There's a couple things I need to get in order to make it. We're going to work on that on day 11. We're going to figure out what it is exactly we have to actually make it. And then we'll go from there. Yeah, we're just going to chop these little scraggly trees down. They're easy. It only takes one hit and they're gone. We'll gather a couple of birds' nests, get some feathers and things like that. If we see some zombies, of course, we'll fight them. But this is what we're after. As you can see, we're going to need everything that we can from this right here. We want to get as many of these as we can today. And then that's going to help us smelt a lot of this stuff over the course of the night. And it really give us a huge advantage. We definitely want to start thinking about upgrading stuff to steel. I plan on staying in this location probably through day 14. Hopefully, we did read a mini bike book, so we're eventually gonna probably move when we let our stamina grow up. We're probably gonna move somewhere over in this area right here. I haven't figured it out exactly, but we're definitely gonna be moving. Definitely want to get a mini bike first. It's gonna be quite a far of a hike, and we want to be able to take as much stuff with us as we can for when we do move, so that when we do start out with a new base, it's not quite so hard on us. And if not, we could always ride the mini bike back over here. For once, I'm out here working and no zombies around. I'm not upset about it, but at the same time, it would be nice to get some of those kills, get our level up to 80. Of course, tonight, once the zombies begin running around and having their party, we will be down. Oh, I hear one somewhere. Oh, I see two. And we got our sniper rifle now. And the bad thing about having the sniper rifle is that we can't repair it. But that's okay. We will eventually get a book so we can repair it. Alright, so Nurse has got some arrowheads on her. It's always a good thing, I guess. Like I said, all we've done is chop those little trees down. It's not a lot, but it gives us something. Alright, so we know we've hit this. Basically, I'm just doing a 360 kind of around our base. Hey, where is our base? Oh, it's right there. Just so I can clear out these boulders and stuff. As you can see, we're already up to 1,000 raw iron. That's really what I'm after, folks. I want to get that raw iron. Like I said, I think we got plenty of clay. We'll eventually get some more. You don't get a lot from these, but figure you're clearing them out anyway. It helps you as far as your visibility when you're looking around and fighting. Sometimes those trees look like zombies, and it only takes one hit to get rid of them. And we don't really need a ton of wood. We have quite a bit back at the base. But just walking around like this, it keeps our stamina up. It's letting us look for birds' nests. We're going to knock out some boulders. We will benefit a little bit from the wood. At least we can make some wood frames to actually use as a fuel source, because as we know, it takes 2 wood to actually make a wood frame, and then a wood frame will burn longer in your forges and everywhere than 2 regular wood does. So that's why we're making wood frames to actually burn in our forges and stuff. I heard something. There's a zombie over there. You know what, let's go kill him. He might have some beer on us. We always want some beer. Plus we got our little sniper rifle right now. We'll go ahead and he didn't want to give us anything, but that's okay. I see a boulder. Definitely want to get these boulders. That's mainly what we're after right now. We can always get clay and stuff later. We don't have our shovel on us right now. But this is going to help us so much. It's really going to help us produce a lot of steel. Maybe she'll come over here. Get her attention. I'll let her come to me. I'm in charge here. They can come to me. We'll get our little club out and smack her on her head. And I do see old ammo guy over here. Hopefully he can give us some ammo. Let's see, where did he go? And nothing. That's how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. When you want them to give you something, they don't. Headshot. Nice, got a town over there. Looks like, yep, trader right across the waterway. I would love for them to come out with some boats in this game, especially on the water maps. That might be a cool idea. Make traveling, getting across a lake or something a lot better. We're going to just kind of continue looking through this stuff around here. Today's all about gathering some resources. I hear something up there. We'll check it out in a second. As you can see, we're already up to 1,600. Ooh, I definitely hear that wolf up there. Alright, let's get some higher ground so we can kind of see what's going on over here. I want to kill this wolf. Of course, the wolf may kill us. Predator versus predator. Now I know I heard a wolf. I'm not seeing him. There's the dead wolf. Yeah, buddy, you won't be killing me today. Hate those guys. Payback. They killed me. I've killed 3 of them now. Keep gathering some of these feathers. Keep gathering some of these wood, little logs to get some wood. We'll hold on to that. Now, normally when I'm actually looting through town, later on, of course, I would be scrapping a lot of that stuff, but right now, if we were going through town, I would be throwing that stuff away. But we're right here by our base. And what that allows us is if you keep it whole like this, you end up getting more brass out of it than if you scrapped it. There's good old home right there. Like I said, we're going to just move in a 360 around the house. There's nothing in there that I want or that I care about. At least I don't think there is. I'm not really worried about it. Alright, so see, we're up to 218 wood. And we haven't really tried to gather wood. I know that's not a lot, but considering we could just use that for burning fuel and stuff throughout the night, it's really beneficial. Now, I could be chopping these trees down and all that, but like I said, I'm trying to conserve on my stamina. Right now, we don't have a lot of stamina, and we want to save as much as we can, because when we get to breaking these up, we really use the stamina up. Of course, the higher we level our mining, the better off we are as far as not losing our stamina. Definitely want to get another perk of Miner 69er. I'm not sure, but let's check it out. Let's see what we got to do to get that. Okay, so here's our mining tools. I think we have to get that to 80 to get the last perk of Miner 69er. And you see it decreases your stamina by another 50%, which is be really, really great. I'm not sure if I'm going to throw this video up or not. I might, you know. It's going to be one of those really, really boring videos because, you know, we're going with a half a day. All right, so we got a customer. We'll take your feathers. We're trying to go half-day videos. I think it'll be beneficial to us. Definitely going to check out this cave one day. Let's see where we're at. Yeah. Continue getting this right here so we can smelt this down. This is basically all I wanted to do. Now, granted, tonight when we're mining in our hole, We're going to get a lot more of resources, stone, iron, things like that. But your best bet when you first start is really hitting these. And I prefer not to use the iron pickaxe if I can get away with it, and try to get to steel as fast as possible, because you just get so much more from your yield by not using the iron pickaxe and going straight to steel. Now, there should be a cave somewhere around here. Of course, every time we loot something, we benefit from it. So yeah, there's an entrance down there. I'll show you guys in a second. Let me get around there. First, let me break up this boulder, because there's usually gun safes when you see a little entrance like this. And I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. You can see down there, there's an entrance into a cave, and there's going to be some mushroom spores and things like down there. You know what? Let's go ahead and go down there. We got time. Let's knock this out. You just kind of walk around until you can get down here. And there should be some zombies in there. Alright, so we're going to see what kind of zombies are down here. There's one right there. Take care of him. Alright, so there's not a gun safe in this one, but that's okay. Now what you can do down here is first let's... What in the world was that? I've never seen that. You can pick these mushrooms. That is crazy. Empty Apache artifact chest. Okay. But anyway, you can pick these mushrooms. Now, you may have watched some other YouTubers, and they go all crazy about beef stew. Beef stew, or meat stew, whatever you want to call it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, meat stew is a huge waste of resources. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Period. I run the numbers myself. You end up getting more wellness and fullness eating bacon and eggs versus the meat stew. We'll come back and get those stalagmites, but this is an easy way to get nitrate. But I'll show y'all when we get back today. You can actually get way more fullness and wellness off of eating bacon and eggs than you do using meat stew. We don't need that. So we're going to head back right now. I'll show y'all what I'm talking about. We'll use this time to do a little tutorial. We got quite a bit of resources. We'll go ahead and get some of this started. Definitely gather some bird's feathers. Anyway, let's head on back. But where I was going with that is that with those mushrooms, we can now grow them in our garden. And I'll show you how we can do the garden. Now with Valmod, there's some benefits to it. I'm going to show you a couple things here. One, with Valmod, if you have an empty fist, and you can see right now I can harvest 2 yucca by hitting E. And that'll give me 2 yucca, which basically means I have to make a seed to replace it, so I actually get 1 yucca. Or I can punch and get 1 yucca. Now if this was fertilized, it would give me 4 yucca. If I planted it over here in the ground and just stuck a seed in, I'd get 1 yucca. So I'm going to punch these since I only get 2, and that saves me from actually having to replant this yucca again. Now, if I was going to get 4 yucca, I would actually want to harvest it, because if you punch it, you're only going to get 1, such as 4 hops here. I would actually harvest that so that I can convert this into 4 hops seed. And then basically I'm just going to plant it back down on the ground. And that's going to be for our beers. Same way over here, we get 2 blueberries. If I did E, obviously you see I got 2 blueberries, and I'd actually have to craft a seed to replant that bush. Same thing. Now if I wasn't planning on planting all of these, it would have been easier for me just to punch them. See, now I had to spend all that time making a seed when it was unnecessary. Alright, grapes. Now here, I'm getting 9 grapes. I fertilized this. That's why I'm getting 9 grapes. So I want to go ahead and harvest that, and I'm going to make all of these into grape seed. Alright, 5 wheat, same thing. I want to go ahead and make a bunch of wheat seed. And of course, aloe vera, I want to go ahead and make that. And it'd probably been easier for me just to punch the aloe vera. I only punch the stuff you're not getting but 2 from. If you get more than 2, then don't punch it. Alright, so now let's plant this. Now what I've done, and a lot of people do it differently, and that's up to you. Alright, we'll hold on to that. So let's grow this wheat next. What I like doing is about a row of 10, 20, something like that. And then let's grow some of this aloe vera. Alright. Now, there's a couple things you can do. Obviously, you see there's a little gap between my rows. Well, I like that. It's just more of a preference for me, because it allows me to kind of look at it like a real farm where you got rows of stuff. Now I could go get my hoe and hoe this out right here and hoe this out right here and have more rows of plants and stuff, but I don't know. I think visually I just like it better, but I don't know why I went 20 deep here. This is about 20 long, so I can plant 20 seeds. Here, as you can see, we're about 5 deep, something like that. No big deal. I'll eventually make this a little bit longer, but as you can see now, we're going to start harvesting food. And I'll probably do another row here for my mushrooms. So let's go back in here and let's talk about this. You can actually grow vegetable stew, and it doesn't cost you anything. You don't have to hunt. You don't have to do anything. Now, I believe Valmont has not changed these numbers, so it's been a while, but we're going to let you see. So here, you get 1.35 wellness. Even if this was just a 1, if you ate 5 of these, you would get 5 wellness. That increases this number here. And there's also diminishing returns as you get higher, but you get 16 fullness. Well, if I do my math right, 5 times 10 would be 50. So you're definitely going to get more than 60 fullness if you eat 5 of them. Well, with meat stew, you only get 60 fullness. And I believe you get 5 in wellness, maybe 6. So why waste 5 meat to get something that you can eat 5 of these and benefit more? 2, you can eat the, let's see, here, we'll go back over here to the oven. You can actually eat the, it's not going to show you the benefits, but I was going to show you. Here's your meat stew. It's not going to show you the benefits, but look here. It takes 5 raw meat, 5 potatoes, and 5 ear of corn. And then, of course, you need a bowl of water to actually make it as well. So you're going to have to take these bowls, fill it with water. That's just so much resources. Now, with the vegetable stew, it's the same thing. But this is the thing. I am not hunting any of this. I'm going out to my little crop about every 2 days, and I'm harvesting this stuff. And if you grow about 20 of each of these, you're going to harvest enough to make, 4, maybe 5 vegetable stews. I think the mushrooms, it takes 2 to 3 days to come up. But like I said, if you fertilize it and you come back out, you can make a ton of mushroom or vegetable stew, and it's going to benefit you a lot more. It's not going to give you as much fullness, and it's not going to give you as much wellness, but the fact that it's really no effort at all to gather this stuff, that's what makes it so much better. And then here's another one. You can make assorted vegetables, whatnot. But I believe that as far as Valmont's concerned, those numbers are not really going to change that much. Let's see what else we got in here for food. All right, so we're just going to put this stuff here. Put this down here. Keep our grape seeds right there right now. Now, to make mushroom seeds, 1 mushroom and some dirt will actually make 2 mushroom seeds. So say if you're growing 20, you only need 10 mushrooms to make the 20 spores. All right, so continue to show you what we're doing. This is kind of our junk drawer. We're putting, any type of animal hide, clothing, things like that we want. Obviously, you can see over here we got our iron. We haven't started smelting anything in there yet. We do have everything we need here. And I found out one of my viewers, which is my mom, love her to death, she told me that accidentally the day that we lost our tool and die set, I shift clicked it and it went in here, which that sucks. So what we're going to do now, let's go ahead and turn this into a bunch of wood frames. Now you can see we got some clay already in there, but I'm going to take about half this iron, and while this is being made, it's kind of laggy. So we'll go ahead and turn that on, and then we'll take half of this iron and put it over here. Now we do have quite a bit of concrete up here. Now, here's a little catch that you can do. Alright, so I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put this here. And what that does is it allows me not to make all of my stone into sand. And I'm going to mix it. Now I can click back and hold on to that. We'll put our concrete right there. We'll get our cement. And the reason why I like leaving ones is because, watch folks, if I shift and left click, boom, it all goes right there in order, and I don't really have to look for it. Alright, so now I'm just gonna click that, go ahead and make some more concrete, and then I'll put the stuff back up here. Let's see, we'll put our stone over here. Our ammo will stick right here. We already got some built up. We're saving these. Hopefully eventually we'll stockpile them to where we get a ton of shotgun shells. All right, so here's our toolbox, building material. This is where I want to keep things like this. Throw some more wood frames in there, and we could kind of, basically, if you hold your stack and you right click, you just put one down. Makes it real easy to use. Can't think of anything else that I need to put there. We'll throw our brass down here. Now this is smelted brass. Now this right here, if I smelt it, I'm gonna get, I think it's 10 brass off of one, versus if I scrap it, I'm not gonna get as much. I think we're just gonna leave this as Duke tokens and whatnot. Medical, forgot what I was putting in there. Got a little box up here for our iron. Now what I'm gonna do with this is I'm gonna break it out, and then I'm gonna go back over here, and I'm gonna make some more log spikes, and I use that to make them, and it should give us enough. And Probably don't need to make any more, and then I'll come back and actually use that to upgrade them. And basically that's pretty much all we're doing right now. We'll throw our money up here. We don't really need it on us. Ammo, I think we got plenty of feathers right now. We'll throw these up there. I don't know where I'm putting the bones. I think we're gonna put them in the medical department. Yeah, we'll leave it there. Let's see what we got. Got our parts up here. Okay, now we got some bones up there. We'll leave it there. That's fine. And then we'll put our lead in right here. And then our bottles right there. But yeah, folks, if you can, don't make meat stew. I mean, once you get a ton of abundance, as you can see, we got a lot of meat. So it's not big of a deal. But I'd much rather be eating bacon and eggs. And matter of fact, while we're talking about it, let's do that. Let's eat some bacon and eggs. Let's see, that's gonna. All right. Also, yes, water doesn't do you any good. And once we get a lot of yucca growing, we're gonna actually be making yucca juice, and we'll drink that. But goldenrod tea, I believe, gives you this wellness. Yucca juice gives you 0.2. To make goldenrod, not only do you have to harvest or grow the goldenrod, you also have to have a bottle of water. And these right here. Once again, more resources, more trouble to me versus having an empty jar and actually just make yucca juice. You don't need a bottle of water, and for 0.1/10, that is not that much. So we'll go ahead and drink that. I'm always going to be drinking something that's going to give me my wellness. And I'm not knocking goldenrod tea or the red tea. They're both great. But anyway. All right, so let's see what we're going to have to do to get to chemistry station. All right, so we need a beaker. Now, knowing my luck, I think I got a beaker down at the other house. But that's okay. We can make a burning barrel. That's easy enough. And we can make this, and we have plenty of that. But we definitely need to find a beaker. So when we do come back in the morning, we will be going after a beaker. We're going to go to the town. We're going to do some looting. Probably hit a popping pills or something like that. All right, so we got our sand going. We got some more cement going. We got our forge burning down now. We're smelting some iron in here, and that's going to help us make some steel. We can actually start making some steel arrowheads now. You have to have this crucible, I think I'm saying it right, in order to make the steel. Basically, we got this one here is set up for our stone when we really want to smelt some, and we got some more here. But right now, we got plenty of cement, so that's not, I mean, I got 3,000 cement. It's the steel that I'm after at this point. We do have this hunting rifle that we're going to eventually have to put on us because this is going to break, and we can't make repairs to it until we actually have the actual schematic that we need to read. And we will not be able to repair this unless we find another legendary machete, which good luck on that. But that thing is pretty cool. I mean, it does a lot of damage compared to, let's see, I think it would be in tools. As you can see, this is doing 9, and then this does 20. So you harvest a lot more meat and do a lot more damage with that than you do the other thing. But if you get your weapon skills up fast enough or high enough, such as your gunsmithing, your toolsmithing, and weaponsmithing, when you use a repair kit, it will not decrease the quality level. And some things you just can't use a repair kit on, such as armor and things like that. But you're going to eventually end up finding so much of it, it's no big deal. But as you can see, we got 44 skill points to use. I'll eventually vest into this. Bartering, we definitely need to visit the trader. Blunt weapons, we're going to level that up just by swinging the actual club around. Bladed weapons that'll go up as we're actually using our knife, and eventually we'll put some points into knife guy and things like that. Bad mechanic, that's something new that came with Alpha 16. I don't really care about it that much. I think when you're actually harvesting cars and things like that with a wrench, you'll get more stuff. But to be honest with you, it's not something I'm going to go after immediately. Some people do, to each their own, whatever. Do it yourself. I usually find enough mechanical parts. It's something, once again, I'm not going to get into until down the road. Machete crafting, yes, I will eventually put points into that, just so that I can make a machete. And in fact, some 4 points. I'll go ahead and put some there. Medicine, I will not level up. I will not put any points into that. We'll level that up just reading medicine books. Of course, making bandages and stuff like that will add to the experience here and level it up, but eventually we'll just end up finding so much. Handguns, I won't add any points to that. I did add a point to outlaw just to help us out. And of course, I will be buying better lead than dead. Matter of fact, we'll go ahead and buy one more point of that. Rifles, once again, using the rifle, that will level us up. Scavenging, unless we just really get ahead and we're just got so many points. Once I get scavenged up to maybe 80 or 90, or if we're at a breaking point, like say Quality Joe, the next time I can buy a point is 60. So if I see we have scavenging at say 58, 59, and I got enough points to go ahead and buy Quality Joe, yeah, I'll go ahead and throw those last 2 points in there just to get it going. Treasure hunting, don't care nothing about it. I've never been into the treasure hunting, although people do get lucky. It's just something I don't like doing. I might actually try it out. This is definitely something that I'm going to put points into. Now, this is where Val Mod really benefits. So here, you can see that I can make the regular 762. Well, when I put the next point into this, which is 75 points, folks, it's going to allow me to make hollow point. Now, I don't know how much of a difference it is, but I really like the idea of that. And of course, your other perks we're going to have to actually buy or read from a schematic. Battery bank, you have to actually read. All this stuff here you have to read. Now I could buy a point of sniper rifle and put 20 points into it, and I'd go ahead and be able to repair my sniper rifle. I'll consider it if I don't find a schematic by day 14, but right now I'm not going to waste those 20 points, even though it's pretty beneficial to do that with Valmod, because you actually get so many extra points just from the survivor notes that you generate. I've never done the explosive bolts before. I'm kind of interested into tinkering with that. What scares me about it, and maybe if you know, you could leave some comments below, does it actually affect your base? If I start shooting these explosive bolts, is it going to actually destroy my base? I don't know how much damage it does. That's one thing that worries me a little bit. This stuff we really want to save up. Eventually we're going to end up making a lot of ammo, but this is where we're going to start running into some difficulties, these shotgun shells. It's going to take a lot once we start running our turrets and stuff. I think what we're going to do starting out, we're just going to make some bladed turrets and see how it goes with that. While I got y'all on, I think what we're going to do is we're going to, let's see, build a material. Let's make a little bit of forged iron. We'll call it 50. And let's see, where are we at with our weaponsmithing? So we can make 350 clubs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another spike club, and we'll roll it up higher than 350. Can't go higher than 400. I'm almost positive. That'll be our next point. So we're going to save those because we can get those at level 80. Definitely want to get some of these perks going up there once we hit 80. It's only going to benefit us down the road, so we'll take that right now. Building material, let's take some of that. Let's take some of that. I'm not sure how much it takes to make a club. It takes 20. So we'll go ahead and craft a club and throw that stuff back up here. I like keeping my repair kits with my weapons here. And as soon as this gets done, looks like we got about 50 seconds. We're going to combine it with our other spike club. And then we'll go ahead and take that out and throw that up here. You know, we can make another 1800 concrete. Remember, it takes 2 stone and 1 sand and 1 of these to make 1 of these. But we're doing all right. We don't really need concrete right now. We're ahead of the game. Eventually, we will probably keep putting some points to where when we do move, we take a bunch of concrete with us and things like that. All right, so we got 12 seconds left. But I want to show y'all something. All right, so this has got a lot of damage to it. So when I roll this club, it's not going to roll that much higher, but it will repair. As you can see, it only went up 14 points. All right, now I want to test something since I got y'all with me. We're going to grab some more of this and we're going to repair it. All right, so it dropped at 4 points. Now let's see what happens when we put this in. It went up a lot more. That's why it's good to repair this ahead of time before you upgrade. Remember, it's going to go to 364. Well, it went up 20 extra points just because I used 4 little forged iron. All right, folks, I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you starting day 11.